G'day folks, Andy here from McDowall Manor. Good morning wonderful people. Well, we're having spring is springing over here well and truly. We're just getting over a wet day, so I thought I'd take you for a look around the backyard. Okay, the grapefruit. It's a ruby grapefruit. She's got a lot of flowers, lots and lots. You can see lots of new growth. How good is that? Lots of flowers. So I'm expecting fruit off that pretty soon. The kefir lime behind it has recovered. It was pretty crooked there at one stage. Try not to swing you too fast. I know it makes you giddy. The grape has come back, and in very exciting news, and for the first time ever, let's have a little look. Yes, we are getting tiny bunches of grapes. How exciting is that, eh? I've never had a grape off any of my grapes, so that's great news. The little mandarin below it, he's got a whole lot of new growth on him, and the odd little flower again. So that's pretty good. Have a look up here, look at all that growth. Now, in other news, the lime. There was a Tahitian lime out the front. I don't know if you remember this fella. I brought him around the back because he was dying, and I've spent probably over 12 months waiting for it to recover. Well, there's the good news, folks. It's recovering. Yay! The lemonade tree has in fact got taller than me now, and it's got more flowers coming on, so that's wonderful news. I'm feeling like, you know, all this work's starting to pay off at long last. Things are growing. Getting a few crops off them. That's a lemon in the back there. He's got lots of new growth as well. He'd be as tall as me, so that's pretty good news. Oh, this straggly looking thing here is it's an arrowroot type plant, so he needs a harvest because he's starting to spring up new shoots, so I'll give that a knockout and a harvest. I'll probably do a video on that. The fig tree is coming back pretty nicely. I'm pretty happy with that. The gooseberry is doing what gooseberries do. He's going pretty well, continuing to crop off him. The rose on the arbor has finally slowed down a bit. Right, brassicas. At least two of the cabbages are forming up. I've got a cos lettuce which has gone to seed. That's okay. You can see I harvested most of that before it went to seed, and I'm actually anxious to get the seeds to come in. That's a little lemon that I got off my daughter. It's happy to announce he looks like he's been saved. I've got some self-sowing rocket in the back there in that pot with a little shallot by the look of it. The collies. You can see the cauliflower bed is going, in terms of growth, is going extremely well. There's no sign of cauliflowers, so I don't know quite what's bloody happening there. I've got the odd tomato come up in there as well now. The snow peas, I'll go around the other side and show you that. Alright, so the snow pea hasn't produced particularly well. In fact, it's been a disappointing crop, and it looks like it's dying back as you'd expect now. So I don't know what happened there. Kangkong's coming back. The aquaponics bed, nice lot of spring onions and a little capsicum in the middle. This end you can see it continues to be hammered by a rat. Bloody rat. But I've bought a little rat cage, so I'm hoping I can catch the bugger and I'll relocate him down the creek. He shouldn't come back. This is the rice paddy herb on top of the little beds on the fish tank. I got that from Rob out at Sanford. It's going bloody great guns, Rob. In fact, it's taken over the whole bed, which isn't actually a problem because I don't grow much else in that bed. It's kind of dysfunctional, which is why I built the other big one. So I'll start and use that. You know, if worse comes to worse, I'll use it for chook feed. Those buckets of duckweed and water fern are going well. They get used for quail feed now. And all of the quails, I'm happy to announce, all of the quails are going okay. They're happy, they're laying. Bloody good layers actually. Can't speak highly of them enough in terms of laying. Chickens. I'm back to 4 chickens. That's Pearly there. That's Coral. So they're my 2 Bond Browns. In very exciting news, added a new girl to the patch. Her name's Winnie. She's obviously a gold lace Wyandotte. Very pretty little girl, very happy to have her. She's very skittish still. She's only been here for a week, but she's settling in. Aren't you, darling? Pretty girl. And there's Crazy Bertha. She's barred Plymouth Rock. So I think she's laying actually. She's laying pretty well at the moment, the old girl, and she's very pretty too. The boys are doing what the boys do best. And the boys are still doing what the boys do best. Geez, they can run, those two. Go like a shot out of a gun. Okay, we're up the little dog's side now. Little Lots of Lemon. I've been struggling with scale on him. I think I'm winning the battle. I just used detergent on that and come out and wash it. Getting quite a few cherry tomatoes, which is happy. Of course, today it's choosing to make a liar of me and there's no ripe ones, but that's okay. You can see, well, hopefully you can see the green ones on it. Yeah, cherries are doing well. A couple of flowering plants there. The Madagascar bean is going like a ripper. It's been a mainstay. I had about 50 big fat beans I pulled off that last night, and you can see the bloody thing is still covered in beans. I'm waiting for that lot to fatten up. So the beans I used in chicken pot pie. There's a chicken pot pie, and right there is one of the beans. The beetle is coming back nicely. That's that Asian green with the edible leaves. He's alright. What do we got? The avocado tree. My Rosie found it and she was happy, so I didn't get in trouble for that. You're not up to divorce number 3, Andy. That's pretty good. Bloody banana trees are going great guns. I've got 3 now. And you can see the big boy. He's quite a big boy. He's well and truly probably be twice as tall as me. We've got rosemary that's going well. That's an old one. I've got a replacement in for that now. Lemongrass is doing pretty good. Thank God I dehydrated a whole lot of chilies, because although the chili bushes are coming back, I've got no chilies. But that's alright, I've got heaps of dehydrated stuff. There's silver beet up here. There's perpetual spinach. There's normal little spinaches in here. So doing pretty good. That's a worm farm. Doing pretty good up this side as well. Oh yeah, the pomegranates, both pomegranates come back. This one's coming back, and the one on the other side, I forgot to show you, it's come back too. Very excited by this little red-scented lime, which you can see, although it's a straggly, prickly, bloody bush, he's covered in flowers, so I reckon I'll get some limes. The other thing I did just recently is shoved in a bunch of corn. That's it on the end of the bed there. Oh, there's another little cherry tomato on that tomato bush. So you can see I'm ready for a feta and spinach pie. Or silver beet, spinach, whatever greens I pull out of the ground. Bloody hell, I got a few, that's great. That's just my ginger pot. Looks like a few little self-sown cherry tomatoes coming up in there, that's nice. Pineapple over there is going pretty good. There's a cherry tomato come up in the back of that too. Bloody cherry tomatoes everywhere, it's great. That's a bush basil. Bloody thing, Jesus. I just look down the bottom there's a few more cherry tomatoes. Surprise, surprise. There's that cranberry hibiscus. Oh, it's flowering quite nicely. Give you a bit of a chance to see the flower. Isn't that good? That's the one I made the wolf blood liqueur out of. Oh, I'll explain why I called it that now for you, Paul, life in Thailand. I'll go and do that in a minute. So we've got some parsley, some self-sown lettuce in the back with some tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, another Madagascar bean. It's producing beans as well. It's great. Here's my other grape in that same bed as you just saw, and he had one little bunch of grapes on him somewhere too, so that's pretty good. Rosie's front ornamental patch is going great guns. That's a lily pilly. It produces a berry that you can eat. You turn into jam. Okay, what you're looking at there is if I ever buy shallots, and occasionally I do, I'll chop them off and I'll plant what remains in the ground and they'll come back for you. My own ones, I just chop the top off and leave the bottom in the ground. They restrike. So well and truly reusable, all your shallots. Just on the way past, spotted some orchids of Rosie's. Gee, they're pretty. She does a great job. Okay, Paul, that's my family crest. What's on it there is 3 wolves, hence the name Wolf's Blood on my homemade liqueur. Normal people probably would have called it Dragon Blood, I guess. Alright folks, that'll draw us to an end. You have a good one, eh? See ya!